This holiday, BMW has reunited 3 members of the family at the BMW Road Home Sales event. The Agile X3, engineered for any adventure. The plug-in hybrid X5, commanding the streets with unmatched presence. And the all-electric i4, charging into the future with impeccable performance. Hurry in to find what powers your journey at the BMW Road Home Sales event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit BMWUSA.com for details.
Okay, so what's the wildest place you ever had sex?
Oh my God, in Leonardo DiCaprio's backyard.
Wait a minute.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the #1 sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad.
And the down and dirty.
And Lily, you jumped ahead of me.
The down and dirty
the shocking
stories.
Well, but the shocking stories of sugar dating. Lily, did you survive the party?
Just barely.
I see that you did survive.
I had so much alcohol in my blood system.
Yes, you did. Yeah. And she's so easy to spot when she's hitting another level.
Yeah.
So her voice octave goes up a level.
Yeah, I'm
so
a freaking lightweight.
Yeah. Well, we've got every guest is special, but this one I'm very, very excited about. But before we get to her, if you guys want to see behind the scenes videos, pictures, all kinds of good stuff from Sugarpalooza V, go to Patreon now. It's patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. I've got a link to it at the bottom of the description of this episode. It's also on our website, easy to find. We'd love you to join us. These photos and videos and behind the scenes of everything is only for our paid members. Sorry, you free members. We do have a free option and we throw things there, but these are for our paid members. And it starts at only $10 a month, Lily.
I may have inadvertently posted a couple of things to everyone.
Okay. So go on there now then. Even our free members are getting a few things.
The boss might make me change it, so hurry up and take a peek.
Well, we love our free members, but obviously we appreciate the support. At $10 a month, you unlock the entire site. You get to go into the community chat. You get to hear the episodes and extra sugars before anybody else. We throw on perks to our members, especially our local ones. We have some coaching and profile reviews options available. The community chat is a lot of fun. I think that's where the biggest benefit is, don't you, Lily?
I think so.
Yeah, people post their photos, they introduce themselves, they have issues maybe with a sugar dating situation, they want to hear from the other members. We got a lot of great seasoned sugar dating people on there who give fantastic feedback. So
agreed.
Yeah, and so we'll give you our feedback, and then maybe we can help you, things like how to discuss PPM. What if your date is ghosting you? Well, I've got an answer for that too. But lots and lots of situations come up, and they're all unique and kind of different in their own way. So go to patreon.com now and become a member of our family. All right. This girl. Okay, so every party that we've had, and we've had 5 of them now, Sugarpalooza 5. Every single party, there's somebody that shows up, and you're just like, where did this person come from? And wow, they have got a lot to them, and this is the girl.
She's very dynamic.
Yeah, so welcome. We're calling her Michelle.
Michelle.
Because we have multiple Michelles. Michelle from the West Coast on Zoom. How are you today?
I'm doing really well. I'm really happy to be here with you, and I'm so excited.
So you survived Sugarpalooza 5.
I did.
We're just going to talk about it briefly because you sent us a list of things that you want to talk about, and I love every single subject. And there's some really good, juicy things. So you guys, hold on. This is going to be a podcast that you're going to want to listen to a couple times because there's some interesting things on here. But let's get your thoughts about the party real quick.
What was your favorite thing?
So I didn't have to come back and recover. It was like I got lifted to another level, but I don't drink. So I got to experience the party from a level where I didn't have anything to recover from. I'm more like wrapping my new reality around my old reality before I left, because my life has completely changed after that party.
How so?
We hear that a lot. People say, oh my God, this was life-changing. What do you mean?
You know, I left the party with way more respect for sugar daddies than I never thought I would see that coming. The men are so amazingly respectful and generous and loving. And I just came from like kind of a crazy marriage, and I got to see men giving freely without any kind of return, any expectations of return. And it just kind of blew my mind. I have a new reality around this whole dynamic between the men and the women.
Well, I know when you left, Alejandra was sad because you were one of her favorite new friends.
Yeah, I wish I got to see her more and get to talk to her more. I really wanted to do her hair. Her hair is so
hair's
beautiful.
Yeah.
But I was kind of farther away from everybody, I think, because I was at your Airbnb, which, by the way, was absolutely fabulous. I was so afraid I wasn't going to have like autonomy or space, and I ended up getting like the 1-bedroom apartment in your place, and it was absolutely
Now
amazing.
That room
has
has
children, and it was amazing.
The room that you were in has a lot of history because that's where I started my sugar dating life, because that was a rental for me. And when I moved out from my ex-wife now, I moved into that room and I ran like a multi-million-dollar business right out of that bedroom. And that's where I discovered sugar dating. So you got a very special treat by being in that room.
I did. And
Marcus Chris in that room time and again.
Carla got to the house first, and she was so kind. She put a gift on everyone's bed, which was so kind because she's from Australia. And she felt weird taking the bigger room. So I really lucked out that I got that room, because there was another woman that got there before me. We ended up becoming great friends. It was life-changing getting to meet her, and I'm forever grateful to her for giving me that space, because I really needed it. I share a room with my daughter, and I don't have any of my own personal space here at home, so it was really special.
Well, we were so glad to have you, and thanks for coming on the show, because, wow, we've got some things to talk about. First of all, let's just get a background for our listeners. You are how old?
I'm 46.
Yeah. She looks amazing.
She does. She's stunning.
And you have a daughter, you said?
I have 2 daughters and a son. I have 3 children. They range from 8 to 22.
Okay.
I was married for 23 years.
Married for 23 years. How long have you been divorced?
2.
2 years, so fairly recently.
A little 2.5, yeah.
Yeah, so how was the dating scene when you jumped back in?
Totally crazy. I actually started on Seeking almost right away. I got on a dare.
Really?
And yeah, I was actually in a really emotionally, financially abusive relationship. And my friends were telling me I was worth more than I knew, and that I should go on Seeking arrangements and become a sugar baby because I was hot. And I said, what? And so I did. And here I am.
So not only is she smoking hot, she's age appropriate.
For a lot of the older, wealthy gentlemen.
Did you think that...
Which I thought was going to be not something... I thought it was going to work against me, but it actually brings my value up, because not only can they enjoy me in the bedroom, but they can enjoy me around their friends and family and not have to worry about the age. You know, it is somewhat of a jump, but I'm not 25. Not that there's anything wrong with women who are, but it's just a little more explainable when we're around friends and family.
Right. Okay. So did you even know what Seeking was, or did a friend of yours have to describe it to you?
I had no idea. She didn't even know what it was. She just said, go and do it. I threw up my profile, and within 10 minutes, I got my first sugar daddy.
What? Well, tell us about that.
Yeah, I lied about my name. I lied about my location. I hit somebody who was in Napa, and it was crazy. Once we got to know each other, I discovered that I was his ex-wife's and his children's hairdresser for the last 15 years. He had family in my hometown, and it just ended up being a really great relationship. It was really fun. And we told them that we met on Bumble.
That's funny. So how long did you see this guy? Or do you still see him?
I saw him for 6 months. It was more of like a gifting relationship than a cash relationship. I had no idea what I was doing. When that ended, I went back to vanilla dating, which was absolutely terrible and mortifying. And so I took a break from dating altogether. And then I got back on Seeking about 3 months ago.
Okay, I need to know.
And that's when I found you guys.
The story of when you were a sugar baby for a billionaire sugar mama.
I didn't realize I was a sugar baby until I started listening to you guys. I just thought she was a wealthy friend that was generous. And then I realized, like, wait, she paid for my housing. I was sleeping with her. We actually had a polyamorous relationship with us and 2 other men. And so we had a lot of group play, a lot of group travel. She actually supported probably me the most out of all of them because I actually lived in her mansion with her. I just didn't really realize at the time I was only 21 what was happening to me until just maybe a month or 2 ago.
Okay.
Oh my God, I was a sugar baby back in the day.
Yeah. So this is long before you were married and had children.
I was actually married at the time to another man, and we were separated, and they actually ended up getting married. When me and my ex-husband were reconciling, I broke it off with her, and she was going to reconcile with her ex-husband too, because if she didn't get married and have a baby ASAP, she wasn't going to get her $8 billion inheritance. So when I started reconciling with my ex-husband, they started doing like drugs behind my back, and they ended up getting married and having a baby, and she got her inheritance.
Oh my goodness. That is an absolutely wild story. Are they still together?
Yeah,
Do you know?
We actually did some group play. I'm very kinky and I like to have a lot of fun. I think sharing is caring. And so we actually did some group play together, me, her, and him. And maybe that's where the mistake was made. But whatever, it ended up for the best. They got married, they got sober, and they had a child. And she got her $8 billion. And now they're divorced. As soon as he died, they got divorced.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, so when you got on Seeking and you didn't really know much about it, did you do some research? Is that how you found us, or where did we come in?
So what I did was I was going on YouTube because I felt like I was doing it all wrong the first time. I wasn't asking for any kind of allowance or PPM. I was only getting expensive gifts. And I'm a mom, and with kids, like I have needs to my family. I don't need just expensive stuff, you know? And so I was like, I need to figure out how to get my business up and going, which is what I told you at the party. And so I started Googling, looking at YouTube, and it was just kind of like a ratchet scene on YouTube. So I was like, well, maybe there's a podcast out there I could find. And I Googled it, and boom, there you guys were. A gift from heaven, because I've been doing this and listening to you guys for 2 months, and I have a really good situation going on. And I owe it all to you guys.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
I'm Jenna Fisher.
And I'm Angela Kinsey.
And together we have the podcast Office Ladies.
Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere.
Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
So you were listening to us, you heard about the party, and then you said, by God, I'm going to see if I can go to that.
Well, yeah, actually, all the talk about the party was really annoying me because I was trying to get down. I didn't know you guys had one coming up. I was listening to past episodes, and I'm like, I really wish they'd stop talking about all this stuff and get down to the facts, because I got money to be made, and I just don't have time for all this. So I started listening to Extra Sugar, and once I started getting my SDs adding up, I was like, okay, now I can listen to the episodes without being so stressed. And when I was listening to you guys more, I'm like, I have to know what these people look like. So I started Googling the party, and that's when I found that you guys were having another party, and I applied immediately.
Yeah. So you did your research, you found us, you came to our party. How do you feel like this has helped you heal from this whole marriage? You know, it was very, you said, abusive and just a bad situation.
Well, my ex-husband was really financially and emotionally abusive and always told me I was worth nothing, and everything I gave him 3 children. You know, I handed him $90,000 a year. I wasn't allowed to have any control of my money. And I was always told I wasn't enough. I didn't do enough. It was very abusive. And when I finally got away from that marriage after multiple attempts and almost dying from alcoholism, I found sugar dating. And I've gotten to meet these amazing gentlemen who, even though we are having this mutual beneficial relationship, they're so respectful. They're so kind. They're never telling me, look what I've given you, or, I give you this, so you owe me this. It's a very loving, respectful, generous relationship between two parties who are honest and open. And it's everything I always wanted in my marriage and never got. And it's just really showed me my worth. It's helped just reiterate through all the other work I've done to become a more whole person that my ex-husband was very wrong.
Yeah.
So in your marriage, did the abuse affect your sex life?
No, because I'm a horny ass bitch.
So
we had sex 5 times a day to the end because I want morning, noon, night, middle of the night, afternoon. I don't care if it's quick, long, fast. I want it all the
holy
time.
shit, you bring hypersexual to a new level.
I need to have sex. Like, if you're my partner, we have to have sex. I want sex 3 times a day. Morning, noon, morning, night, middle of the night.
Okay.
And then if we can fit in a quickie, like somewhere in there in the public or somewhere, like, I'm down.
Okay. So what's the wildest place you ever had sex?
Oh my God. In Leonardo DiCaprio's backyard.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Let's hear this story. Come on.
Me and my ex-husband, who ended up with my billionaire sugar baby, his very best friend was his old personal assistant. And when he was out of town, I was allowed over there because I wasn't allowed over there when he was there. No women were. Yeah, we did all kinds of things in that little place.
Were there cameras?
Probably. I mean, it's in the backyard of his place in the Hollywood Hills. I mean, we were talking about that while we were doing it.
So have you always had a high sexual drive, or are you taking like supplements, or how at 46
I started
years old?
masturbating at like 5.
We hear that. We've heard that from multiple girls that we've interviewed, 3, 4, 5 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, when I heard that one sugar baby you guys said she was complaining about twice, I'm like, if I don't have sex with my SDs twice, I feel like it's not enough. Like, I want more. I have this one SD that's platonic, mostly platonic. He's taking me to Bangkok. I have to initiate a sexual relationship all the time with him. And he's 73.
Oh, well, that's why.
So you don't feel...
He's very sexual once we get going. He has a plethora of a whole closet of toys he likes to bring out. It's fun.
So at 46-year-old, do you feel like your libido is still just as active as it was when you were...
Oh, it's like I'm 25. Men tell me that too. Everything about me. I don't need any help with anything. I am ready to go 24/7.
Wow. My email is going to be blowing up for men wanting to get in touch with you.
Hey, I'm ready.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So tell us a little bit. You met somebody, a sugar daddy, that kind of has some special needs.
Yeah, so I really believe people are brought into your life for a reason, and energy and like timing is all like a divine intervention. I consider myself a natural healer, and I really know how to tap into people's needs. And I had this man brought to me who has Parkinson's. He's had Parkinson's for like 14 years, and he has a lot of special needs in the sexual department and in other departments. Like when we're at his house, he's cooking, I have to help him cut up vegetables, and I'll help him do things. And I don't know, it's actually a very sweet relationship because I feel like even though he has Parkinson's, he's still a man with needs and desires, and he is kinky, this man. And so it's fun because I'm kinky, so it's fun. It's also very endearing because I get to like have almost a sixth sense of what to expect he needs or wants, and he says that I'm really good at it.
How did you meet this gentleman?
Seeking arrangement.
Oh, you met him on Seeking. Now,
yeah, I had the most insane luck on that place.
Did he tell you right away that he had Parkinson's?
No, we met for a meet and greet. I went to an AA meeting actually and met him afterwards, and he had Parkinson's, and things got very sexual at the goodbye kiss, and I actually left him on the side of the road waiting for an Uber because I knew if I went home with him, I'd end up going in his house and doing things with him before talking about an arrangement. After I left him, I'm like, I cannot believe I just left a man with Parkinson's on the side of the road waiting for an Uber.
What kind of an arrangement do you have with him?
He gives me a PPM of $700 a week right now.
Nice.
Was that too much information?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
People want to know.
Yeah, we need to know kind of what the standard PPMs are, if there is even.
Well, what I learned
standard.
from you guys and some other people talking is how to feel out the person as far as how I'm going to roll out the numbers. And I felt like with him, it was appropriate to give a range. And I've also noticed that having children, like he told me that I gave him a range of 7 to 1,000. And he said that he normally pays 5 to 7 and that he'd be willing to give me 7 because I do have children. And that was very kind.
Yeah, I love that.
Now, do you discuss this before you even meet them, or you just kind of feel it out? Everybody's so different.
Do I what?
Do you discuss the financial part before you meet them?
You know what? I really feel it out. 90% of the time I do discuss it because especially if they're young, because they like to make up a lot of excuses why they should have a less of a PPM. And I just don't have time for that. I'd rather be with someone who's older. I enjoy older men more than these younger men anyway. I don't need their reasons why my time should be less. So I feel it out. And if I do feel like this gentleman is presenting older wealth, like more money, then I don't push it because it's not, I've noticed that with those men, I get more because I don't seem as eager.
Yeah. I've noticed as an older woman on Seeking that I get a lot of what I will call the little boys with the MILF fetish. Do you get that?
Oh, yeah.
I have 2 right now that are pretty juicy, and I have 2 right now hitting me up, but I don't love it. I have to say, I tend to like them a little more on a level that maybe isn't good for me sometimes, on like a more of a unreasonable emotional level. And they're not as good at communicating. Like the more I'm doing this, I'm realizing I don't really like younger men. I don't like the way they communicate. I don't like the way they treat me as much. And I'm kind of reteaching myself of what I find is attractive and what I want in a man. But the 2 men I do have that are young are very generous, especially he's from Uganda. He actually travels into my area. He spoils the shit out of me. Or I just met him. We're going to have a 4-day shopping allowance excursion in December, and I'm really excited. He's 35.
Where did you meet this one?
On Seeking Arrangements.
Oh, okay. So you strictly use Seeking.
I just expanded my demographic to the other 2. What is it? Something benefits.
Secret benefits, where I met Trucker.
Yeah, and I'm navigating. I have a couple people I'm about to go meet up with. I would like to find like a more consistent, more fulfilling emotional relationship with someone. Like my Parkinson's guy. It's hard for him to talk and stuff, so there's not a lot of emotional connection. I'd like to find someone where I meet on a consistent basis. That's more of consistent in the emotional area, but I'm okay after being married for 20 years and all that, having my independence and my autonomy. I kind of love it. I kind of love being a little savagely wild in the sugar life right now.
What's your favorite kink?
Oh God. Well, I'm submissive.
Okay.
So I love being tossed around like a sack of potatoes and being told I'm a good girl. But I do love anal.
Yeah?
Is that too much information?
Have you ever
It's
had
out there now.
a sugar daddy be like, no, I don't go there?
I don't ask for it.
Oh, you don't?
No, because I feel like it's something that is extra. It's like, I don't know. I feel like if it's something they want, I could like make it something extra, I guess. But I do love it. And I have to be careful because I'm, like I said, I'm super sexual and kinky and I just want to like get down.
Yeah. Okay. So you like receiving anal. Have you ever thrown on a strap on and given anal?
Oh, man.
No, I'm afraid I would hurt somebody.
Alejandra wants to do that so bad. Always tells me, I'm like, I'm not buying
I'm
into
gonna tell
the
you,
idea.
do not knock it till you try it. Somebody told me that.
No,
It'll change your world. It'll blow your mind.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, Tyler, aka gonna be soon Tuber, told me to get a white noise machine because, you know, sometimes I'm afraid the cops might be called. I get so loud.
Oh, really?
Oh, goodness. So you like to vocalize.
Well, once we go there, I can't help it. I was just like having so much fun.
Yeah. All right. Can I take a turn for kind of a more serious subject? Because this is something that I encounter a lot during sugar dating. And since you have dealt with it and are dealing with it, I I want to talk about this a little bit. Now, you don't drink. And you're in AA, so I'm assuming you had an alcohol problem at one time.
Yes, I like to drink all the alcohol.
So you were one of those that once you started, there was no stopping point.
Yeah, that's what makes an alcoholic is that once you have a drink, you get this thing called the phenomenon of craving, and you just like cannot stop. Like once I drink a little bit, I want it all. So as long as I don't have one drink, I'm good. I don't want any. And I didn't have any desire to drink around you guys. I was actually instigating and trying to get everyone to drink the whole time.
Yeah. No, you were amazing. So my brother was a lifelong alcoholic, and he didn't stop drinking until age 52, the day my mom died, because he got so drunk, he wrecked his car in the hospital parking lot where she was dying. And the police were right there, and they took him to jail, and he spent the night on a concrete floor in the jail cell while my mom was passing away, and it really hit him hard. Now, I think this was one of those things where it was a bad thing that turned out to be a great thing, because now he does go to AA, and he hasn't touched a drink since, and his life has completely turned around. There's people like me that I don't have an issue. Like, I can have a few drinks, and it's fine. Like, I can sustain. I could go for months without alcohol. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah. Or I can casually drink with friends at a party, and it just doesn't affect me much. For my brother, he had a very addictive personality. At what age did you finally figure out this wasn't working for you and that you did something about it?
Well, I did kind of the opposite of what your friend did, as I tried to kill myself. I was drinking myself to death, and I was in and out of the hospital, and I had zero desire to stop drinking because I was absolutely miserable in my marriage. And I had an act of providence in the hospital, and all of a sudden I realized I really needed to stop drinking, or I was going to die and leave my children without a mother. Wow. And so, yeah, all these horrible things that happened to me ended up being a blessing. I now have zero desire to drink. I don't spend my days trying not to drink. You know, I'm happier than I've ever been. Sugar dating has elevated with a nitrous boost the happiness I found in sobriety. And I don't know, you guys saw me at the party. I'm like floating on air. I feel like my feet don't even touch the ground half the time.
Yeah, you don't need alcohol to loosen up.
So a standard thing when you go out and meet men offline or whatever that you meet on Seeking is like, hey, let's grab a couple of drinks and chat, like, or whatever. How do you approach that, and do they ever give you a hard time?
I actually really enjoy the bar environment. I got sober in a bar. I do a lot of community outreach in my community through a bar that my friend owns, and I enjoy the bar environment. So I encourage people to drink when they're with me, as you've seen. And I say I can drive us back or two or wherever we need to go, and enjoy yourself, and don't mind me, and let's do whatever you want to do. I'm very easygoing. I don't have a lot of hang-ups.
Well, the reason I bring it up, and again, it's because I do encounter it a lot. I've gone on meet and greets, and the person got so sloshed and just blitzed out of their mind. And I'm thinking, okay, is this a one-time thing, or is this a problem? And then I've gone on to date them further, and I'm like, wow, this is a problem. And I never know how to deal with it, because everybody has to deal with it in their own way and on their own time. And it's just, we see it a lot.
Yeah, I think that I hear some of the podcast guests, and I just think, wow, I never have to worry about that. I never have to worry about not remembering or saying something I didn't mean or saying something stupid. I mean, I'll say something stupid sober. I'm great at that, but at least I'll remember it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that was very inspirational to me. And you were, you know, when everybody said, hey, you know, I don't know if we're passing around shots or something, you're like, no, I don't drink. And everybody was so accepting of that.
Everyone was really sweet, and people only usually have a problem with it if they have a problem, because it's like looking in a mirror and they don't want to look at themselves.
Yeah.
Do you ever do any other substances like marijuana or anything else?
I do partake in like the THC life sometimes, as far as like I have migraines and I have some medical stuff that I have to partake with that. So yeah.
Oh, okay. But it's not habitual.
No.
Gotcha.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar.
I'm Jenna Fisher.
And I'm Angela Kinsey.
And together we have the podcast Office Ladies.
Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere.
Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
So what's the future hold for Michelle?
Oh my God, I am so excited. I don't even want to try to guess because my ideas are small. Like from what I've experienced so far after getting sober is that there's just so many amazing things ahead for me. I'm really excited to know my worth as far as where men are involved. And, I never have to be in an unhealthy relationship with someone who doesn't value me. And your podcast has really helped me navigate me through this life to be able to feel good and knowing that what I'm asking for isn't abnormal and that, I deserve it just like anybody else.
Are you still hairdressing or working as a
I've been a hairdresser
stylist?
for 30 years. I absolutely love what I do. I just opened up another business. I used to own a business with my ex-husband for 20 years. He also does hair. And so I just opened up a new salon that is thriving and I absolutely love what I do. So I'm really lucky. I get to love both my jobs, sugar dating and hairdressing.
Nice. I love that.
All right. So
I love it too.
I don't know. Just take it back to the party because from the girl I saw at the party, and I remember we were all at the Harvest House, and you're talking about, and you almost were in tears talking to all the girls there, and we were all laughing and everything. But who was some of the people that made an impact on you, and why? Why did they make such a big impact on you?
So I'm trying to remember who is the one that came in with the two young girls that came in together. I can't.
Were they at the Harvest House?
They were at a house together and they knew each other. One came because of the other one.
Oh, that was and
yes, Dawn. Absolutely love them.
Okay.
We bonded almost like a auntie. And I want to say mom, but I don't know. I just love them and embrace them. I see myself in them. But the two girls who stayed in the Harvest House with me, which was Carla and Rosie, they changed my life. I'm going to get super emotional. We had so many moments where we just got to confirm this path we're on is the path that we're meant to be and that there's a bigger, greater good for all of this. And I had so many amazing conversations with them and sweet moments with them that I would have never been able to meet the support of women who I can be 100% honest with about everything in this lifestyle if it wasn't for this party. And I'm getting a community that I would never have. It's life-changing. Like I said earlier, the party, my favorite part of the party outside of everybody being beautiful and Purse-palooza, that was amazing. But what I loved the most was listening to the men who didn't know I was listening to them talk about how they have changed their sugar babies' lives for the better, doing special things for them, like getting gym memberships, helping them get groceries for their kids, and how much that filled them with joy to do those things. I never heard them talking about freaky things or, I don't know, to me, I guess things that would feel disrespectful to women. I heard all this joy and just being able to help provide a better life for these women and their families. And I think it's Freaky Freddy. I got to know him really well. He is so sweet. Our stories are so much alike, down to divorcing and the details. And Tuber, aka Tyler, I believe we are going to be changing his name to Tuber because I got there on Monday. I got to connect with these two men in a way that I don't think I could have done. It's just in a very deeper, loving way. They just getting to know Tuber was very special, being able to be in the car with him and getting to know him on a deeper level and getting to know Freaky Freddy on a deeper level and getting to spend special time with them was really, I just really cherished it. The women and their kindness and sharing information on what's made them successful and getting to see that they genuinely care about each other has just been so life-changing.
So Tyler / Tuber that she's referring to, we actually did an episode with him probably back in the 50s or 60s, somewhere in there.
78.
Oh, it was 78?
Yeah.
Good girl. Are you getting turned on?
Totally. Humor totally turns me on.
The two girls that you referred to.
He's fun and generous.
Nice. Well, the two girls that you referred to earlier, I'm going to have to bleep their names, but their podcast names are Star and Miss Rory James.
Okay. That's what I thought. I didn't think that.
Yeah. And they did. They were friends who both applied and ended up, they're from different parts of the country.
Well, I think they met up in Chicago, and then now one lives in Colorado.
Wisconsin.
Well, no, she's from Wisconsin originally.
Oh, because I was upset she didn't bring me any cheese curds.
Yeah, but she's currently living in Colorado. You know, it's
They
so
were
funny.
amazing.
Yeah, they were
I
an
love them
interesting
so
bunch.
much.
And it just goes to show. So you said on how beautiful everybody was, but we get some people think, oh, everybody's so much more beautiful than me. I'm telling you, we had everybody from all shapes and sizes and body
Ethnicity.
types and ethnicities and
Height.
You know, there's a pot for every lid out there. And I try to tell my friends, like, this isn't for any one person. Like, there's so many different people out there looking for different things. And I just invite anybody and everybody to try because it's the best.
Yep.
yeah.
I get to have my freak flag fly. Like, also my other biggest kink is I didn't realize how turned on I get when someone wants to spoil me. Like, I'm super excited to do all the things with you when
Spoiling.
you're doing that.
Ew.
Spoiling turns on most women.
That really works for me too. Trucker, if you're listening.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got treated like crap for so many years, and I was still so turned on. So think about what happens when you throw me some kindness.
You know, and what was cool about the party is it kind of went on past just 2 days. A lot of people got there early. A lot of people stayed late. So we got to have some really nice dinners and just some time where, you know, it wasn't music and festivities and all this stuff to just talk about life and talk about everything with some of the sugar daddies and the other sugar babies. You got to partake in that, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. It was so much fun. Getting to hear everybody's different experiences and how they got here and what they're doing currently and what they've done before. And like you said, the shocking stories. It was shocking. Like, my jaw is still in Scottsdale, I feel like.
What, some of the shocking stories the girls told you or the guys told you or what?
Both. I mean, no. There was a lot of tea at that party.
It was. Oh, I'm still
There was a
finding
lot
out.
of tea.
I'm still finding out tea. People messaging me going, hey, I didn't want to say anything earlier, but, you know.
Well, I'm hearing that you got some sugar daddy action during party weekend. Did you get any
Of course.
girl on girl action?
You know, I really wanted to, but my girl on girl prospect went down a night that it was maybe possibly going to happen. And then I left, and it sounds like all that fun happened when I was gone. So I was a little bummed, but I'm hoping to jump on a plane and we're going to continue this party.
Are you saying you had a little girl crush on one of the girls at the party?
Oh, big time. And we're supposed to maybe do a little group play with her partner that was coming in to visit, her SD that was coming to visit. But the timing wasn't right for me. And I think some other people got to have some fun in that department. I'm really happy for them.
Okay, remind me who that was, because we did have somebody travel here with their sugar daddy, but she didn't want him to come to the party because she wanted to be able to
that one.
focus on forging relationships. But, I know right who it was. She was recruiting unicorns to play with her and her daddy.
Yes.
I know.
And
Let
I
me
was
find
supposed
her.
to be one of them, but I couldn't make it. I was so sad.
Oh, I'm going to
I
figure
love
out her
those-
podcast
I
name.
love being a third or a fourth or a fifth.
Oh, her podcast name is Kaylee.
Yeah, Kaylee. I love her.
Kaylee.
She's hot.
Right here.
me
Yeah.
picture.
Eskimo sisters.
She's as
Yes.
wild as you are.
That girl.
Eskimo sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our Chicago girl. One of them. That came
Yeah.
in. Wow.
I was saying if I drank, oh man, that party would be in trouble with me and her together.
Oh, and when she drinks, she gets so
Can you imagine
animated.
if I drank?
I can't. Things would have imploded for sure.
Oh, and we would have imploded into like a big orgy.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
All right, so let me ask you this. So we kind of did a workaround since the Shakira concert got postponed. We made our own little party and hired our own band. How do you feel like that night went? We haven't done it like that before.
I actually was a little bit relieved the concert was canceled, as long as the party wasn't, because I'm not a huge Shakira fan. I love her music. I think she's beautiful, but I don't speak Spanish. And the few songs she does sing that I know are duets. And I would probably know 2 songs the whole night. I was really excited that we got to do what we did so we could get to know each other on a more intimate level without feeling like we had to pay attention to the concert. Mm-hmm. And I had such a blast. That photo booth, I was about to knock those people out and take that whole setup to my house, because that thing was so cool.
Wasn't it fun?
Obsessed.
So that was kind of a last...
The lighting was insane. Made us all look so good.
We were trying to think of ways to spice the party up, and I think Lily's idea was, oh my God, we should get a photo booth. And then we went to a grand reopening party at that country club, and they had that photo booth there. So here's the funny story. So I'm talking to the people who run the photo booth, and I'm like, hey, we've got a deal next Thursday. You know, how much would it be, and how's the setup and all this? So I kind of verbally agreed, yeah, let's do it next Thursday. I'll get in touch with you. And they're like, great. And then Lily and Trucker get there maybe 20, 30 minutes after we did. So she's like, oh my God.
This is so cool.
Perfect. So she's asking them, hey, about next Thursday. They're like, oh, sorry, we're booked. She's like, dang it.
Damn it. But I do have to give credit where credit's due, because it was actually Blue Eyed Princess's idea to do a photo booth. And I was like, oh, yes, if we can find one. And then I started looking for one, and
is that
the prices.
Princess?
Yeah, Posh Princess.
Okay, because I just want to throw out a shout out to her.
And say, I absolutely adore that woman. I swear to God, she's one of the most beautiful women I met there, like inside and out. I've been talking to her since we left, and I didn't get to connect with her as much as I wanted to maybe, but the little time we had together, she's a true sister. I love her so much.
Yeah, she's awesome.
You know, this was our third party with her, and she is bonded with so many people. Her circle of friends has got to be getting pretty large, because she communicates with people long after the party. They become almost like she does almost like therapy with some of them. They'll call her up.
I can't imagine these women not being my friends for life. I can never imagine not having them in my life again. I don't know how I went this long without knowing them, honestly.
Yeah, that's so cool. You know, I always talk about the very first one where I did the experiment and I brought these sugar babies together, and I did not know what was going to happen. And it was a big surprise to me that it was this huge love fest, and they exchanged numbers and they became lifelong friends. And that's when my eyes opened, and I'm like, oh my God, there's something to this. So to me, this is not unexpected, but it still brings great joy seeing you experience this.
I experienced it on like a nuclear level. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like in my cellular makeup now. I'm forever changed.
Well, and I think I have to agree with you, Michelle, because I really enjoyed, I had only done the concert type event prior, and I enjoyed this so much.
I loved it.
You're right. It was easier for me, especially to be able to communicate with almost every single person. I was able to make rounds easier, and you know, it wasn't so loud, so you could actually have good conversations. And I feel like I got to know people a lot better than I ever have at any of our other events. I almost think...
Well, and it gave us an opportunity to help you more too, because you needed a little more like show up for you guys. And I loved that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
I almost think I'd rather every other one maybe do mix it up and do this.
Yeah, I'm already committed for the Shakira concert in June. So actually, applications are open for that. Just go to our website, secretsofsugarpalooza.com.
Oh, I put it in my calendar already.
Go, girl.
We've got the applications up. I know it's like 7 months away, 6 months away by the time this episode comes out. And again, the Patreon members will get priority judging. So another reason to go join our Patreon. But yeah, we've got some really, really special things planned for June. But yeah, I think I'm in Lily's court on this one, because that was a really better, intimate situation.
It was fun because we danced our asses off. Yeah. We got to do all the photo booth fun stuff, which was incredibly fun.
We had a dedicated bartender.
Yep, and our bartender rocked it. She was so good.
Oh, she raked it in that night, really
good. The band was really good.
Yeah.
And they were actually reasonable, because some of those bands charge an arm and a leg.
They were about half the cost of the other bands I interviewed.
Now,
I thought they were the best choice too.
the other band that performed at your country club event the week prior, they
were really good.
They were twice as much, but they were also very good.
Yeah. So we'll think about doing that maybe for the fall of next year of 2025. Because I'll tell you
Whatever it is, I'm there.
Now, I may have to go to this concert by myself, but freaking Dua Lipa, that's the ultimate
I want to go.
concert.
You don't have to go by yourself.
I know, but she's not coming to Phoenix. So I was thinking.
We have to travel.
I was talking to Lily, like maybe we should do a Sugarpalooza in Chicago or Miami where she is going, or even LA. So anyway, that's an idea, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a long time till then, but we're already in the planning stages for 2025.
Was there anything else? We're already at an hour. Is there anything else that we missed off your list of things that Michelle must get out into the universe?
I have to say that when I told people I was coming to this, I could totally tell so many people, but they all were telling me, you're going to get sex trafficked. Like, who are these men? They're going to expect you to do all these things. And anybody who's considering applying and maybe might be a little wary, none of those things happen to me. I'm home safe. I've met some lifelong male friends that are amazing. I watched the SDs who sponsored this event be more than happy to do so without expecting anything from the women. And any women and men who did decide to get together, they were generosity and happiness, and it was amazing.
Well, you were amazing. You're going to be a lifelong friend, and I guess we'll see you at the next party, right?
Oh, yeah. I will move mountains to go.
Get that application going.
All right.
I'm going to do it right now. Well, and this time I'll look half decent when I make my video.
Yeah, you look hot, girl.
Well,
oh, thank you.
You don't even need to make a video. Just say, hi, it's me. See you then.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, and I'm telling you, sign up for me to do your hair, everybody. I want to do it. Yeah. I love it.
Cool. All right. Well, we love hearing your sugar dating stories. And if you guys want to share those, go to our website at secretsofasugardaddy.com. And like I said, applications are open for Sugarpalooza VI. Lily, what do you think about that? This sounds just exhausting thinking about it.
I have no words.
But you'll see the application under the party tab on our website. And again, if you are a Patreon member, you are going to get priority judging. And we have tiers. Obviously, the $75 a month Patreon members get first choice. And then, we go down the list. Just become a free member. We love our free members too. Cost you nothing. So join the family there. All right. I think we are done.
Yeah.
Michelle, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, gorgeous.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.